On 24 November 2023, Queensland Police issued an arrest warrant for a lone wolf bikie, Saleh Atasoy, of Oxenford, after he fired at a 53-year-old motorist in Mermaid waters at 2:30 p.m. At the time of warrant, officers warned the public not to approach the fleeing bikie, saying that he was armed and considered dangerous, and urged anyone aware of his whereabouts to contact police. Detective Senior Sergeant Simon Garrett said Atasoy was seen driving erratically in a white Isuzu D-Max, before he got into an argument with a Ford Ranger driver when he pulled out a gun. The 37-year-old bikie was extremely agitated and angry at that time. He then drove erratically along Nerang Broadbeach Rd, cutting in and out of other cars, and eventually cutting in front of the Ford Ranger on the roundabout. The drivers then exchanged words, following which, Atasoy pulled out a handgun and fired a single shot into the side of the Ford Ranger before fleeing the scene. There was a bit of cat and mouse as the two vehicles continued along the road while the 53-year-old called police. The offending vehicle's passenger window was down, so the driver saw that the white D-Max was driven by a sole male person of Middle Eastern descent. Atasoy then left the car on the road and fled on foot. No one was injured during the incident. Atasoy was accused of shooting at the Ford Ranger, with police later locating a single bullet hole in the vehicle's rear driver's side door. Police later located the ute nearby, with CCTV footage indicating Atasoy fled the vehicle on foot. The handgun was not found. Upon further investigation, it was revealed that the 37-year-old lone wolf bikie was on a Supreme Court bail and was required to appear at Southport Magistrates Court next morning, for separate matters. He was accused of possessing and trafficking dangerous drugs, possessing explosives, forging documents, and serious organized crime offense of dishonestly obtaining benefit payments. The matter was due to go to trial in January. Atasoy didn't show up for the hearing but was represented by his lawyer Nicholas Andrews, who told the court that he hadn't heard from his client in a few weeks. As part of his bail conditions, Atasoy was required to wear a GPS ankle monitor. However, at the time of the incident, the tracker had been disabled. During the incident, law enforcement presumed that Atasoy, being a solitary bikie affiliated with the Lone Wolf MC, likely possessed sufficient resources, such as friends and fellow members, to assist him in evading the police. The state's elite bikie unit Task Force Maxima also joined the manhunt. Heavily armed officers raided his home in Oxenford on the northern Gold Coast. Police also spoke with his family and friends. On January 23, nearly 2 months after this escape, Atasoy was finally arrested in Western Sydney and extradited to Queensland. Gold Coast detectives worked with interstate police to apprehend Atasoy on a Queensland arrest warrant. At the time of his arrest, he was on bail for serious offenses and was wearing an electronic monitoring device as part of the conditions of that bail. He was charged with 1 count each of unlawful possession of weapons, firearm used to commit indictable offense, dangerous conduct with weapon, willful damage of police property, and 2 counts of breach of bail conditions. He appeared in a Sydney court where his extradition was approved. He is due to appear in the Southport Magistrates Court. Atasoy is a familiar figure to law enforcement, boasting an extensive criminal record and a history of affiliations with multiple bikie clubs. His involvement in a high-profile incident occurred in October 2019, when he, along with other bikies, was charged with kidnapping businessman Eduardus Harunavehan and his model girlfriend, Carol Dufeoli, in Ipswich. The victims were forcibly restrained, placed in a white van, and subjected to torture in an attempt to extract information about a safe in victims' possession. In July 2022, Brisbane Supreme Court Justice Paul Freeburn granted Atasoy bail as he awaited trial for various serious charges, including those related to kidnapping and torture. Between October 2019 and January 2020, Atasoy trafficked methamphetamine for approximately 3 months. Additionally, in February 2020, he was purportedly found in possession of cocaine. These charges are addressed in an indictment presented in the Supreme Court. In a previous legal encounter in 2013, Atasoy, then a Rebels MC bikie, faced charges related to gun and drug offenses. Police apprehended him, discovering a loaded gun, amphetamines, and illegal steroids at 2 Gold Coast residences. Atasoy faced 4 counts of possessing a dangerous drug, along with single counts of possessing a weapon and ammunition. He was eventually granted bail. In 2019, he developed a track record of accumulating unregistered firearms. Consequently, officers intervened and confiscated a substantial collection of weapons, comprising of numerous handguns, a semi-automatic shotgun, and a rifle. The assortment of seized firearms raised concerns about public safety and the potential misuse of these arms.
What is search warrant, mate? You're now detained under the search warrant. Come inside, we'll go through everything.
During his latest court appearance, his solicitor told the court that he would not be applying for bail and is seeking to have a mental health assessment completed while in custody. As things progress and this story develops, we will keep you posted. If you're looking for more exciting and eye-catching regular bikie updates, don't hesitate, smash that subscribe button, share the word like wildfire, and hit that like button. And for the true grid Spartans out there, consider sending a super thanks to show some love. It goes a long way in keeping us motivated and the channel thriving. Stay tuned, stay curious, stay awesome and take care.